Nice. Are you on the train or the bus?
Yeah, right now I just get off. I'm about to get off the bus to run to the house. I'm like two blocks away from home.
Are you still in the Chicago area?
I've been training since 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is MMA Fight Coverage. So tell us about your fight coming up. Who are you fighting?
Well, I'm glad you actually brought that up. All of this is happening because hold on, I almost fell on the bus. I was supposed to be fighting on pay-per-view this on the 25th of this month. And essentially, between the difficulty in opponents and medical, they took me off the card and moved me to November 20th. Now, hold up, I'm exiting the bus. All right. A much easier, safer way to travel is walking. All right. Gotta love Chicago public transportation systems.
I've been there before.
They manage to eat every damn bump in the road, and I'm in the middle of Mexican independence celebrations. Don't get hit by the truck. I promise. Don't get hit by the truck. That was a Fox Nose big rig.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah. Just everyday travel for me is an adventure. Let me get my backpack on. Hold up.
Okay.
So I live in the hood, but it's no.
So are you still where in the Chicagoland area do you live?
Yeah, I live on 62nd and Kenty, and it's not as bad as where I used to live, like 77th and Ashland, farther south. But essentially, training for me is every day, all day.
Who are you training with?
I am a nomadic gypsy. And to let you in a secret, all the years, I'm talking outside of wrestling in high school and college, any combative sport, I've been able to cross-train, cross-compete because I isolate my disciplines. So today I was doing before 6 a.m. I was doing judo at Chicago Fitness Center. I'm also a personal trainer. Then I left there and did 2.5, 3 hours of Muay Thai kickboxing. And then I think I have another interview today. And then I go to Sam Kelowna boxing. And essentially everybody has wondered, how do I do it? Why do I do it? Because I've literally spent an enormous amount of time. I'm actually getting into my security gate. Over the years, I've never really had any one team because, like, I can go to Midwest Training Center. I can go to Team VFS. That's like, you know, with Bilal Muhammad and Juliana Pena, all them, Felice Herrig, and when, what's the other girl's name? It's a couple of little prima donnas in there. You know, the pretty girls.
Yeah. I get your drift.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I remember for a short while, one Miss Macy Barber was training there. And she left that team and went to Team Alpha Male. All right. And the home front. Oh, I love it when I get to close the door to my place.
Oh, same here.
Oh, even for a short while. So what? Quiet.
So do you know who you're going to fight in November?
Now it's a whole different thing because I've posted so much and people think I'm this rickety old man. And it's really hilarious because even the kids of combat, as I call them, they get mad or they don't want to say shit, but I know that I'll be rubbing them the wrong way. But hell, my career is older than most of them, if not all of them. I've been doing this stuff 35 years, and most of them ain't even in their 30s yet. Hold up. Potassium, magnesium. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let me put this in the fridge and then we can settle down. I'm gonna try not to drink so much crap. All right, grab the bag. All right, so let's see. Midwest Training Center. I remember even sparring with Stipe Miocic. I still call him a new kid of combat. I've done jiu-jitsu at Apex House of Grappling with one Mr. Nick Spacek, who's my best friend's son, two-time world medalist in jiu-jitsu, and he's now a black belt. Whoa! And I dropped my Wi-Fi speaker. All right. All right. I'm trying to get comfy.
That's all good.
Yeah. So I'll try and get the whole background with all my belts.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of the people are like, how long have you been fighting? I'm like, well, that's a very intriguing question.
Yeah, was that your fight when you knocked out Matt Serra?
Let me give you a little backstory, which is hilarious. And two facets of it. One, I got a few stories about that. Let me plug this in. Oh my God. Give me a sec. Okay. Here's the outlet. I gotta plug this fan in. I'm hot as hell. I like doing stuff like this. Trying to reach under a stackable shelf. Oh, I was trying to get home before we went online, but
That's all good.
Yeah, there. Okay, so I just need a breeze. That damn Muay Thai gym was hot as seven hells. All right, I'll put on 2. That's good enough. All right. Let me see. What are we looking at? Let's see. Okay, there you go. You got the belts. You got the belts. All right,
Nice.
Can I turn? Yeah, I'm going to turn lateral. Bam! There we go. All right. Sitting couch, legs back. Up. All right. So Matt Serra was not the first spinning back fist. There's a bunch of little firsts about that. I remember knocking out Keith Wisniewski, a WEC veteran, before he got to the WEC. And essentially, I did not know who Matt Serra was. No bullshit. At the time of the fight, I wasn't okay. I competed in the first jiu-jitsu tournament in Chicago when the Gracies just showed up with Carlson Sr. and Jr.
Yep.
And I won that tournament, but they didn't give out medals or belts. You got a pat on the back and a smirk from the powers that be.
Yep.
So literally, I didn't quite get it because I was doing traditional jiu-jitsu in college and judo, way before Carl Parisian, Ronda Rousey, and Remco Pardour. So essentially, I missed my flight. This is Shonie, keep that in mind. So I missed my flight messing around with this one Roger Rabbit built chocolate chip extra. With Roger Rabbit's wife, I should say. And so I missed my flight. I got the next flight because I pulled it. I'm in the Marines and I'm a UFC fight. You flash the card.
Yeah.
So they put me on the next flight. I missed my limo ride. I run into BJ Penn, baby J Penn. And he's like, brother, what's up? I'm like, BJ. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? So we had this back and forthness.
Yeah.
And we were cool because he knew me from when I was fighting in Hawaii.
Super
in
Bowl.
Japan. Right. Yeah. Super Brawl and then Pancrase. So I said, bro, I missed my flight. I missed my ride, missed my flight. I'm here late. You know, I roll CPT. And he just starts, he about peed himself. So I said, he's like, what do you mean? I said, BJ, quit acting brand new. Give me a ride. So I get a ride from BJ and we chopping it up. And he's telling me about Matt Serra. I'm like, who are you talking about? He's like, I'm talking about the guy you're fighting. Oh, that dude. Yeah. What's up? And he's like, they've been trying to get me to fight him for a while. I'm like, and what?
Yeah.
He's like, and him and his guys are like, I'm like, talk to me, people. Talk to me. bring me up to speed.
Yeah.
So they were telling me, you know, I knew BJ had like won the worlds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the worlds.
Yeah, he was the first American, I believe, to win it.
Right, he was. And so I said, dude, I want to trust him to hoochie juji with you when we get to the hotel. And everybody's laughing in the limo. They're like, what are you talking about? I said, oh, that fumbly flippy shit that y'all do. And so we get to the hotel. We go our separate ways. They said, meet us in the workout room. I'm like, all right, knuckles up. We doing this. A few people are like, are you serious? I'm like, what? That's Best Baby J. I know who he is. And so literally we get to the work, drop my bag, get to the room, go downstairs. BJ, he's there already. I'm like, what the fuck? You in a rush to see what I feel like? All on early and shit. He did a split, threw his ankles up in the air and put his ankles behind his head. I said, what the fuck kind of porn is this? I said, no, it is not the right. This ain't not that pay-per-viewing. We're not doing this. And so people are like, really? I'm like, no, kiss my ass. You in the wrong room, dog. So, oh my God, I'm cracking jokes with BJ and we all laughing. Hendo is in the room trying to hit the little water bag.
Yep.
I'm like, I said, man, wrestlers can throw punches. I'm just cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Never gave no fucks. And he looked at me, gives me a smug look. I'm like, so you want to roll? I'm like, you ain't said shit to a slick can of baby oil from Johnson & Johnson's. And so BJ's like, brother. I'm like, man, let me handle this fluffy-eared guy. I ain't scared of him. And he gives me the Hendo look. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm from the West Side, dog. Now I'm gonna get to Matt Serra. This is true shit.
Yep.
So I tussle with him, and he clinches with me, and I clinch back and say, "Hey, pimpin', collegiate All-American, '96 Olympic trials, Greco-Roman, 2 world teams." So I push. He pushes. I push off him. I'm like, "Is this what you want to do?" So they were like, "You just did that to Hendo." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Hendo?" Because that's the fluffy hair. I know you're the rest. Yep. We now know later how good he was. So it was hilarious. I said, BJ, if you get your legs up by my ears, I promise you, I'm gonna crack your coconuts. we played light a little bit.
Yep.
Phil Baroni was in the room, but then in comes, oh my God, that was that boy's name. Carlos. No, Carlos. Yeah. I go from messing with Hendo, messing with BJ, teasing, just being light-minded. Yep. I'm on that little stupid ass water bag, and I hate those things to this day, unless they sponsor me. So, literally, I'm doing my things. I've been training in a boxing gym. I was working with an Italian boxing coach. You know how much fun that is? We all do. Because I did for that Matt Serra fight, I never did any grappling. No joke.
Oh, wow.
0 mils. Literally, BJ was trying to show me footage of Matt Serra. I said, I don't want to see that. I ain't gonna let him get in my head. He only got 8 fights. He a rookie. And everybody's looking at me like, did you just call him? I said, yeah, I called him a rookie. Ooh, black belt. Ooh, I got 2 or 3 of them a damn self. He got 1. What ifs? So we all know how the fight ends. This is more funny. I'm walking down, and I was drinking water. I have always had a habit of drinking water before the fight. Bruh, I went in that fight. I have that notorious groin cup that I used to wear. Still get it. Stainless steel. Literally, once you tie it up and you put the Speedos on and the suit on, I'm walking down the chute. 7 steps into the walkout, I've got to piss like a Clydesdale has been running a marathon. I'm like, oh my God. And literally, that's when I started throwing my hands up. And I do have to do the walkout because I can't run back and go take a quick pee. So during the whole fight with Matt Serra, I had to pee. Like, bad. You know when you're doing the pee-pee dance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's how bad it was. So the struggle was holding my piss, figuring out on-the-job training how to get out of an omoplata and a gogoplata, which I now know. Didn't learn it the easy way. Literally, I knock him out. I'm doing the walk back. They want to do a photo shoot, like a before and after. I'm like, y'all got to hold up. A brother got to pee. And if y'all want to see me piss on myself, y'all going to make me take a photo. I'm going to go pee right now. I'm walking past them. They say, oh, okay. Literally. And I do mean literally. Nick Serra runs up on me with this I didn't know who he was. I now know now. Bro, do you know who you fought? You know who you beat? I'm like, man, if you don't get your little monkey ass out in front, I gotta go pee. I'm gonna piss on you. And he's like, it fucked his whole mad stream up. He's like, what? I said, I gotta pee. Whoever the fuck he was, he'll be all right. I'm sure he'll be okay in the future. Ironically, I predicted it. So I literally run back and go pee. You know, when you piss so much, you glad that you pissed versus having sex, and it's just like a tingle down your spine. And I was we shared rooms with Trey Telligman from Old School Lions In. Well, they were being dicks. They took up the whole damn room because they were the Lions Den. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't warm up before the fight because they just kept hogging up the room. And after the fight, then more of the Lions Den showed up and, you know, that type of shit.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I went to take a shower. Took off the Speedos. Soaking wet. Didn't get no hook. So I take the shower, throw back on the suit. A different suit. So I wore the gold paisley one, which I still have, by the way. So I literally went and took a dapper, clean, showered after-fight photo. Yep. The cream fedora. And then the photographer was mad. And the production was mad because I didn't have the post-fight look. I'm like, this is how I look like the fight. I look great. So I have the photo. And literally, I laughed because I had no idea who Matt Serra was before, during, and not even after the fight until a little while later, obviously. Yep. And that's a brief synopsis of the backstory of the Backfist.
Nice. Well, thanks. I missed those days. I remember going to Taj Mahal a few times in 2001. I remember seeing BJ's first fight, seeing your fight, so I definitely missed those days.
He was amazing. The dude, that was his MMA debut to fight in the UFC.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at his record. I'm like, oh, shoot, I wonder his first 3 fights, and I didn't realize back then, but he was a beast.
Yeah.
So tell us about that fight coming up in November. What do you know? With who?
Yeah, so it literally got postponed because I was going to fight this month. And I was training with a bunch of Muay Thai schools. Because I'm like I said, I'm very nomadic. And people said, why don't you just stay at one school? I'm like, the hell for? Get the best out of everybody. And that's what I did. And so I trained with Chicago Muay Thai Academy. And it literally has been truly beneficial to me because, one, everybody's younger than me. And in Muay Thai, they do what they do more than me, so I hang out with them, and I catch up exponentially fast. And it's now like they want to pay me to be there to train with them because let me plug this charger in. They want me to, like, work with it because they have a smoker coming up.
Yep.
And so what I do is I let them use me as an interactive heavy bench. So today I was sparring with Okay, orange juice. Yeah, he was 6'4" and a half, 6'5", and it was like damn near impossible to get inside him because the guy who I was sparring with, I sparred with a woman for 4 rounds and then him for 4 rounds. I did boxing with her, boxing with him, and then I did another 4 rounds with her, kickboxing. So I did 12 rounds today. And I was trying to keep track of time because I knew I had the interview with you today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it was my pleasure. And so they were like, dude, you just did 12 rounds. I'm like, that ain't shit. I said, I'm used to 12 5-minute rounds. 3-minute rounds ain't shit. What else? So I was good with that. And then, of course, trying to hurry up and track home for you. And, let me get my feet back up. Oh yeah. Because my legs are a little beat up. So training for this fight was Justin Demonet. And it was supposed to be on pay-per-view. The first guy backed out. And then between that, and then my medicals didn't get done in time. And so Monty don't mind because fighting for, I used to, okay, I don't know what number Extreme Challenge they're on now. Like 300, maybe like 300 and something.
Yep.
I know it's over 300. I was in Extreme Challenge 3. So I am pretty certain that I am the last of that generation.
Still fighting.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Shannon Rich is still fighting. I remember
Oh,
you beat
yeah,
him.
I fought him too. That's right. No. You're right. Shannon still competes.
So I do think you're the last two.
Yeah, because I actually fought him as well. And I got a belt from him. We fought in the Arizona Zoo. Where that damn belt at? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I wanted to go to fight, but I missed it. But it was kind of expensive. But I know it was that card you're talking about. So I remember when it came out here.
Yep. It was Shannon Mosley's thing.
Yep. Oh, Shane Mosley. Yeah, boxer. Yeah.
Shane, not Shannon. Shane Mosley.
Yeah, he was a beast too back in the day, Shane Mosley.
Yeah. So now it's November 20th. And you know what that does to anybody? It puts them in a bad spot. Because now I go from busting my arse to get ready for a fight in 2 weeks to extend the training till November 20th, a week before Thanksgiving.
Mm. Well, at least you get to eat at Thanksgiving now.
You know what's crazy? This is my 35th year, competing, or 36. Anyway, I missed 36 Thanksgivings.
Wow.
No joke. Because I never stopped competing since high school. And wrestling in high school, there was always a tournament. So this year I will actually celebrate a momentous milestone that I will have a fight where I can eat at Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So how many more fights do you think you have it left in you? Or how many more do you want to fight?
I don't know. It's crazy because I was trying to pull off a quadfecta this year. Well, I tried to pull off in 1 month. It all went to shit. I was trying to do judo, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and some other stuff. I was going to try to really run the gauntlet where I could do all of the major combat disciplines all in 1 month or even in 1 year.
Yep.
It's not like a jiu-jitsu tournament scares me or a judo tournament scares me or a Muay Thai match scares me or an MMA match scares me. Is it a lot of people say, Shonie, how many fights you get? Aren't you worried about your legacy and reputation? I'm like, I'm worried about none of that. I said, I enjoy competing. I said, I tell you what, yes, I've lost some fights in a row. I'm 49 years old. I'm not using any PEDs. I said, now, what should scare you is that all of a sudden I start winning. Then all of a sudden, you're going to wonder what is going on. Because, you look at Mike Tyson holding back against Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, yeah.
You look at Anderson Silva holding back against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You see Anderson Silva knock out Tito Ortiz.
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
you see Vitor Belfort knock out Evander Holyfield. Evander had no business in the ring.
Agreed.
58 years old. I'm not fighting at 58.
Hope not.
No. I might do some tournaments or, judo or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not punching and kicking at 58. Unless I hit the heavy bag or I'm in the ring, somebody's holding pads. But no, it's like I love it to death. And the thing is that I talk to my master trainer. I have a friend he is my performance trainer, and the fights that I've lost in a row is because I took him on last minute notice. And like the fight with Joe Riggs, less than 24 hours notice.
Dang.
Right. And I'm not making excuses that he was all muscled up and, ready to go. There were times where, like, off the books, out from in front of the cameras, it's a different life for me. And my oldest daughter's 28. My son is 20. My son is 16. My youngest is 3 years old. And when you are out there, and like I said, a lot of them, I know I'm not alone, but I'm probably one of a select few, I should say. I didn't get a school out of this. I didn't get a fat bonus for Fight of the Night with Matt Serra. I didn't get knockout of the night bonus.
Yep.
I don't have a Hall of Fame induction for knocking out a UFC champion or impacting MMA. I brought to MMA a technique, not the UFC. Across the board, we've seen a spinning backfist because of me. And it's like, I'm still grinding. I personal train. I work security in clubs. I work for Soldier Field.
Nice.
And I'm not belly aching about it because it's actually, I get to go to Bears games for free.
Exactly. Yeah, I have friends who do security too.
Yeah. And literally, like, I do alcohol vending for, like, all of the major concerts and events in Chicago. I did not know Dave Matthews' band was that damn good. I was like, okay, I'll rock out at Soldier Field for the Los Bukis concert. I don't know if you know who they are.
Not sure.
They are the Mexican Beatles.
Okay, nice.
50,000 Mexicans in Soldier Field. And I cracked jokes and with everybody, I said, we got 50,000 Mexicans in Chicago? God damn. And it's only half of you. Everybody was laughing. They were buying. I sold so many frozen margaritas, I shut down my station. Have you ever heard anybody running out of alcohol?
No.
I did, because I sold damn near 200 frozen margaritas.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. So what else I did? 2 nights ago, I did Alanis Morissette. I didn't understand a damn word. Maybe I wasn't listening that good.
Is it one song like "Hey" or something? That's all that the one song I know from her.
Yeah, it was a bunch of women over 35.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that was on both sides of the fence, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So she was like she would draw that type of crowd.
Yeah, I loved it because it was like, damn. I was like, I had to stay focused. There was a bunch of curvy girls there, and I'm like, whoa. One of them, she just walked up, but she was letting me know she was coming.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see you. Bring it on here. You are easy to see. Come here. And she's like, you need to quit. I said, no, you need to keep going. So it was fun. And I'm working Dave Matthews tomorrow. Wait, what's that, Monday? Wednesday. And training for this fight, people thought I was nuts for working this, like the Bears games.
Yep.
You realize how big a damn football stadium is? Do you have any idea? Where you at? Where are you?
I'm in Phoenix.
Okay, let's talk. You've gone to a baseball game, right?
Yep.
Do you know how big that stadium is?
Oh, it's big, especially if you get tickets up top and you get a workout climbing those stairs.
How about this? No, you don't. Until you have to keep walking up and down those damn stairs.
Oh yeah, and then you got to wait on you too. I can imagine.
Oh, my legs are always on fire after work, and I know I'm getting a workout, and it's hilarious. I lost one time. I lost 3 pounds. No joke. I was up and down those stadium stairs at Soldier Field from the 50-yard line to I call it going to heaven involuntarily. And so people are like, dude, you really get a workout like this? I'm like, you try carrying 50 pounds of beer and walk up to heaven.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
Right. But I treated it like a workout, even getting to the stadium and then walking away from the stadium to get to the bus stop because I ain't paying $50 to park.
Exactly.
Kiss my whole ass. So training for me is all the time. You know, I giggle about it because it's at the point where I'm at the age of direction. Even, let me tell you how long I've been competing. Give you an idea, not by numbers of fights or events.
Yep.
My jiu-jitsu instructor, my original instructor, Master Bob Sherman.
Yep.
He was there for me from the very beginning when I lost not my first fight, but it was my first recorded fight, like record. Because I have 3 fights. I have a bunch of fights that ain't on my record, but like my first 3 are not on my record. Well, he is now so damn old, he closed down his school and moved to the countryside of Illinois. It's called Princeton.
Okay.
He opened another small school. But basically, my instructor had a beard and his hair was black. He now is an old man. He's like a damn near 70. Jose Torres, Pearl Gonzalez, Chepe Mariscal, I used to teach them at Bob Shermer's school. That's how long I've been at this.
You've probably been competing since like the late 80s, maybe? Early 90s?
Early 90s. Because I knew about Boss Room before I knew about Hoist Gracie.
Yeah, from Pancrase.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like, I actually knew Fedor Emelianenko before he was in America. I knew Anderson Silva before he was in America. When he was the king of Shudo in Japan, when I was #1 ranked in Pancrase. And they tried to do a crossover because, you know, Pancrase and Shudo always going back and forth.
Yeah.
They wanted me to fight Anderson. I said, y'all got to pay me. And they didn't want to pay me anything. And I'm like, nope.
That would have been an interesting fight back then.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. I'm not bragging or downplaying him or downplaying myself, definitely. But y'all gonna pay me for that one.
I only got about a couple minutes left on this recording.
Yeah.
Any last things you want to talk about?
Well, I'm still hunting down sponsors, looking for sponsors for the November 20th now fight because, like I said, it got delayed from September 25th to November 20th. And I tell people to follow me on my Instagram and my Shonie Carter Uninterrupted channel on YouTube.
Nice.
And if people want to contact me, Shonie Carter at Yahoo. Ready for this? I love doing this. If you want to contact me directly, for anybody that watches this, 312-978-0782. You know, now we got plenty of time to get the money together because I have to take MRI, a neurological, hepatitis B and C, and of course the HIV test, which I don't mind because I'm going past anyway. But good grief, a neurological costs more than a damn MRI.
It's crazy.
It is. I can still tie my shoes and draw pictures because I'm going to have a talk show pilot being pitched for Netflix with the guy from Chicago PD and Chicago Fire.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're trying to retire him. Everybody, I mean, the Hall of Fame inductions in martial arts are cool, but you know, I still have a fire in my belly, and I'm going to do it till my body says no. And the next time we get an interview, I'll show you some more of my artwork. Because I do have artwork that I do.
Nice, sounds great.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Oh wow, I wish I had artistic talent like that.
Yeah, and there's the one up there.
Looks like he's holding a rifle right there. Looks like.
Yeah, that's a U.S. Marine.
Nice. Yeah, I was Army.
Okay,
That's
love
awesome.
you. My grandfather was World War II.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I always tease my dad because he went to the Navy. I tell him I still claim it. But yeah, that's really it because I'm teaching at Apex House of Grappling and Chicago Fitness Center. 3131 North Lincoln is Chicago Fitness Center. 51 East Plainfield and Countryside. Come on by for Apex, for grappling. Well, I'm going to teach judo. Nick Space, I can do the grappling. You get a free week.
Nice.
And if anyone wants to sponsor me and be a part of the show, because I'm going to try to pull off like have women with all my belts.
Nice.
Walking into the ring.
That sounds awesome.
And so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your time, and I'll be sure to watch your fight. I definitely want to see you kick some more butt for us older guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna get down.
Well, thank you so much, Shonie. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too as well.
Thanks, man. God bless. Bye.
God bless.